I've been here since under 14s, so yeah, been here for quite a bit of time now. I just think it's the perfect club really. It feels like home to me really. My uncle played here in 02-03, so yeah, he's got a bit of history here as well. But yeah, just the whole club really is just perfect.
It's the only club I've really been a part of. I've never had, like, before joining Wimbledon, I didn't play for a club, didn't play like grassroots, nothing like that. I just came straight here when I was like 6, so it's been 12 years. So that makes it even better.
All the progress route I've made at the club through the academy, like you said, winning the awards, captaining the side and the youth cup, all memorable moments and moments which have got me to where I am today and progressed my career to this moment.
Well, Michael Hamilton, Jack Matthews, 3 new signings for the first team squad. Michael, first of all, tell us what players we're getting here.
Yeah, 3 really talented young boys who are deserving of the opportunity now to transition from the academy to the first team. You've got Leo Young, centre back, who people may have seen perform last year in the FA Youth Cup run. Really dominated centre back and someone that the fans should be really excited about. You've got Harry Sidwell, who joined us as an under 14. He's more of a box-to-box midfielder, someone who run all day but got the technical qualities to go and control the game. And Jennings, another one who may have popped up last season with FA Youth Cup performances, a few goals and assists, and yeah, three boys that we know are going to run through brick walls for this club. They know what the club's about, and 3 players that we should really be excited about.
Well, Harry Sidwell, how does it feel to have signed your first professional deal with AFC Wimbledon?
It's a dream come true really. It's what you work for your whole life as a kid. All the sacrifices, all the hard work. So yeah, now it's here. It's like, yeah, really happy.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Like when you grow up playing football, this is where you want to get to sign that professional deal. So I'm just happy to get that done.
Yeah, it's a great moment. Obviously, coming through the club since I was 8 years old, developing with all the brilliant coaching staff, and to get to this point, signing my first professional contract at this amazing club, my boyhood club. It's a great feeling.
And you've had your first taste of senior football as well. You went on loan to Carshalton. How did you find that?
Yeah, it was a really good experience playing men's football. I was there for about a month and a half or 2, and just getting consistent men's football, playing with a few old players, Kwaku and Aaron Jones, who I played with through the academy, so had some familiar faces, and it was just getting that taste of men's football, and hopefully I can take it onto this year, stepping up into the first team.
And for those who perhaps haven't seen too much of the 18s, although it's hard to, what with the fact the progress that they've made in the FA Youth Cup, just describe your own game, your strengths to the fans.
So I'd say I'm a good ball playing centre back. I like to get on the ball. I can play off both feet quite comfortably. Last year I played on the left side, but can also play on the right, so I'm comfortable on the ball, comfortable stepping in with the ball and finding passes into forward lines. Obviously, as being a centre half, I love defending. I think that's my strongest attribute, 1v1 defending, both in the duel, in the air. And also just like characteristics about myself, I'm hard working. I think that goes without saying. And also just like devoting my cause to the club and putting 100% in everything I do, training, matches and everything.
And especially as well, you kicked on last season, that spell at Whitehawk did you really good, didn't it?
Yeah, no, it was amazing. Good to get experience in the men's game and also put out good performances as well, not just be there, but I affected it as well.
Absolutely, and for those who perhaps don't know and follow the 18s quite so closely, describe the strong points of your game.
I'd say I'm a creative midfielder. I like to find balls maybe in behind or to the wingers, strikers' feet. I also like to get chipping with a few goals when I can, or try to at least. I try. I'm probably a box to box, so I try to do a bit of everything if I can. Yeah.
I'm a centre midfielder. Like to get box to box. When around the box, like to look for the assist passes. Get shots off. Get a few goals in last season as well. So like to get more goals, but that's one thing we can work on. Also out of possession, work hard off the ball, like a tackle.
And you had that first taste of senior football last season with Kingstonian. How did you find that experience?
Yeah, really good, really positive. They was in a bad place when I went there. I think I went there last 6 games, played every single one, so it was really positive. But but they was in a relegation battle, so all the players there, it was a good lesson for me to go out there and see what it was like, the change room and stuff. But they stayed positive right to the end. Yeah, it was a really good lesson for me and something I can take into, obviously, this changing room and the first team.
Jack, they've got 2-year deals, each of them, of course. What's next in their development, how they kick on from this?
So the 2 years is there to give them a really good platform to bridge the gap between being really talented scholars and then being consistent members of our first team. So the 2 years is there for them to go and play, likely on loan, to go and play 40, 50, 60 games or north of that. As long as they're on the pitch at their loan club on a Saturday at 3 o'clock, good things will happen because they'll continue their development. Of course, if they hit the ground running, then they'll be within our first team squad, and we've not got a massive squad, so of course there's places up for grabs, and they'll be a part of friendlies or other fixtures, no doubt. And then with me, they've got the opportunity to continue on some individual position and player specific development. So with that package, with going on loan, with training with the first team, with some individual development, as well as the access that they get to their strength and conditioning and their analysis, they've got a really exciting 2-year period to really nail down, really improve their strengths, the things that they're already good at, and then improve their weaknesses before they become consistent members of our first team.
How important is it to have your family here today, particularly, of course, the link with your grandfather, of course, connected to AFC Wimbledon?
Yeah, he does a lot of work behind the scenes here, so he's obviously proud. And then my parents have just done so much for me, obviously taking me to places when I was younger, because without them then I wouldn't be here right now.
Well, absolutely, because there's a whole group of you that came through together, wasn't there, over the years?
Yeah. Especially, obviously, me and Leo were here probably under 8, under 9s. Harry joined a bit later, but we've all been here for a while, played together. So it's good to see us all push on.
What does it mean having the family here today in terms of how they've supported you?
Oh yeah, it means everything. Obviously, from a young kid, the long journeys, the sacrifices they got to make, loads. So it's really, really good for them to be here, and see them sign my first professional contract. It's really good.
And to be fair, we haven't really touched upon it, but Dad's down here as well today. But as we've said all along, it's very much a case of you being your own man, isn't it? Yeah,
100%. He had a really good career, so it's me now. I want to make a legacy and a name for myself, and obviously want to do that here and push on, And it's a tough act to follow in terms of your uncle, of course, a former Wimbledon Player of the Year. Yeah, he had a really positive time here. I think he got players player, managers player, and fans player. I'm pretty sure in one season. I've got a lot to live up to, but I'm ready. For it. What's been Lee's reaction to it, knowing that you were going to be the next generation of Sidwell signing for the Dons? He called me actually straight away, and he said just really well done. Obviously, really pleased. Obviously, he's known me since I was born. First kicked the ball. He's come to watch me loads in the Youth Cup last season, so he's always supporting me. So he's just as proud as everyone else really. But he's just said obviously work hard, get into the team, and then the rest will take his place. And of course, how important is it to have the family here today who've made so many sacrifices in supporting you?
Yeah, no, obviously with my whole family, my mum, my dad, my sister, and everyone else supporting my progress throughout my 10 years here now at the club. And I'm sure they'll do as I progress with the club throughout my career. But all the long away days I've had to travel in the car to various places, like last year in the Youth Cup when we had Sheffield United, they were there supporting. And just all the sacrifices they've made to aid in my assistance of getting to where I am now. So it's a really, really positive time for me and my family, and I'm happy back there seeing me experience it now.
So look, what's next for you? I mean, obviously you want to make your first team debut for the Dons. Have you had any discussions with the coaching staff?
Yeah, so we've had discussions. I think what we're about now is just hitting pre-season hard, doing everything I can to try and get into that first team, and almost just wherever I am, if on loan or playing with the first team, just giving my all and showing to the fans and the coaching staff about who I am as a player, and hopefully all the positive feedback comes my way. But I think it's just about working hard and taking each day one step at a time.
You mentioned the fans there as well. I mean, it's so important, this club, its story. You've got to know it over the years, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. I remember almost being a fan as well. Like after games on a Saturday, we'd always have to come to a first team game and support the first team. And now stepping into this first team environment, I think you can really appreciate all the fans' work both on and off the pitch. And hopefully I can repay it to them alongside also the first team this year, as we hope to do well.
What about the other two lads who've signed you today as well, Jennings and Leo Young?
Yeah.
Two good players we're getting as well, yeah?
Yeah, proper good players. Obviously, really good performances in Youth Cup last season, and obviously went all the way to Sheffield United. I think it was round 4. I think it was, and unfortunately lost. But throughout the whole journey of that Youth Cup run, we were all really good, and we all played well in their moments. So yeah, they're both really exciting prospects.
We should mention Mum as well, because she's down here today. She made it all the way up to Sheffield to see you that night, didn't she?
Yeah, so obviously Dad wasn't available, I think he was working, but Mum come all the way down to Sheffield, which is really nice, and see her in the crowd obviously is a good feeling when you walk out, and you just want to obviously get the win, but unfortunately we didn't. So
how much are you itching to get back into it now and wearing that new kit as well now?
Yeah, no, it's nice. It's a bit similar to the last one, but it's got obviously different sides that brings a bit out. But yeah, no, missed it. Been a month or two off, so just wanted to get back now.
And of course, you've had that first team experience already. You've made your debut. You played in the FA Cup as well. It's going to be good getting into that first team dressing room. You'll know a few faces, won't you?
Yeah, no, definitely. And then so now I just want to try to stay there. Obviously, I was played a few games in and out, but now I want to try sort of get in the squad, get in the team, and if not, be pushing to get in there.
Michael, we saw, of course, last year with Aaron Sassu, Morgan Williams, Paris Lock as well. They're still developing too, but each year the bar is being raised, and there's only 3 prize deals to get at the end of each term, isn't there?
It's been 3 over the last couple of seasons. 3 isn't a number that's set in stone, and that can change depending on the quality and the pathways and other planning that we've got in place. But as you've alluded to, we had 3 really talented players last season. As Jack's kind of said, we've had 1 or 2 in there who've grabbed opportunities and maybe jumped forward in their development. And it'll be the same for these 3. Day 1 they're being with the first team. Hopefully they'll go to Spain as well and go on tour and get to spend time with the senior lads and with the senior management. And then ultimately it's down to them. They've got to get it in their head now that they're going to go out on loan. They're going to transition from youth to senior football, play for 3 points. Go and play in an environment where the result matters. But ultimately, if they use the resources and the environment around them, use the staff, like Jack said, the opportunity in their future is in their hands.
Of course, Jack as well, with Kai last season, he made his first team debut, played in the FA Cup too, so it's that really key stage now where they get to learn about being a senior squad player around that dressing room, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Kai and Leo, I've known since and worked with since they were 10. They're tremendous talents. They're good people, and they're here for a reason. And they've got an opportunity to pick the brains of some of the more senior players. So for Leo talking to a Ryan Johnson or a John Joe O'Toole, and for a Kai talking to Jake Reeves, it's an opportunity for them to go. To take their future in their hands and do as much as they can to bridge that gap. And there is a gap. There's a difference between top level under 18 football and League 2 football. But they're here for a reason. We've got to be patient, but they've got to take the opportunity that's been presented to them.
Michael, that's 3 more through this academy. Very impressive. Are you excited about the next crop that's on the horizon?
Yeah. So they would have been first year scholars last year. They won the League and Cup double last season. They would have worked with Jack previous to that. There's a good group in there, and different profiles, different makeups. I think it's important we don't try and get the new Sassu or get the new Morgan Williams as an example. All these boys are talented boys within their own right. But yeah, we've got a talented group of boys coming through. We've also got a talented group of first year scholars who would have been under 16 last year, and 1 or 2 would have featured in last year's FA Youth Cup run, Harry Hedges, Justin Clark as an example, and would have also featured heavily in the under 17's success last season. So yeah, very talented group of boys coming through, good strong staff as well who enhance and support the boys in their development, and hopefully the constant message going out is ultimately it's in the boys' hands, and it's down to them to make it happen, because you're a club who wants to develop kids, who wants to play youngsters. The gaffer showed last year with some of the debuts and appearances he's given that if they're good enough they'll play, and if I'm a young player in any club, that's the message I want to hear.